Hey, have you ever wondered if there's a part of your body that holds some kind of ancient, mysterious power? Something that's been revered by philosophers, mystics, and scientists for centuries, yet most of us don't even think about it. Well, today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and misunderstood parts of your body, the pineal gland. This little pea-shaped organ might just be the key to understanding consciousness, spirituality, and even how you perceive reality itself. Now, before we get started, let me make you a promise. By the end of this video, you're going to see the world and yourself in a completely different way. So stick with me and I'll take you on a journey that combines cutting-edge science, ancient wisdom, and practical advice you can use in your everyday life. First, let's pinpoint the star of our show. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland located in the center of your brain, nestled snugly between the two hemispheres, in a groove where the two halves of your thalamus join. Think of it as a tiny command post that's been sitting quietly in the shadows, influencing your body and mind in ways you probably never realized. So, what does it do? To answer that, let's start with its most well-known function, the regulation of your sleep-wake cycles. The pineal gland produces melatonin, a hormone that controls your circadian rhythms. When it gets dark, your pineal gland kicks into gear, releasing melatonin to help you feel sleepy. When the sun rises, it shuts off production, waking you up for the day ahead. On the surface, this might sound pretty basic, right? But think about it, this little gland is literally syncing your body to the rhythms of the universe, responding to the cycles of day and night that have governed life on Earth for billions of years. But here's where things get really interesting. Scientists have discovered that the pineal gland is sensitive to more than just light. It's also influenced by electromagnetic fields, which means it's responsive to the invisible forces that surround us every day. And here's a question to blow your mind: if the pineal gland is this sensitive to external stimuli, could it be playing a role in how we perceive things beyond our normal senses?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Let's dive deeper into the history of the pineal gland. Ancient cultures knew about this tiny organ long before modern science did. The ancient Egyptians, for example, referred to it as the Eye of Horus, a symbol of wisdom and spiritual vision. In Hinduism, it's associated with the Ajna chakra, or the third eye, which is believed to enhance intuition and spiritual insight. Even the famous philosopher René Descartes called the pineal gland the seat of the soul, suggesting it was the bridge between the physical and the spiritual realms. But why did all these cultures and thinkers place so much importance on it? One theory is that the pineal gland produces a substance known as DMT, dimethyltryptamine, sometimes called the spirit molecule. DMT is a powerful psychedelic compound that some believe is released during near-death experiences, deep meditation, and even dreams. Could the pineal gland be a gateway to altered states of consciousness? Is it possible that this tiny gland is the key to unlocking dimensions of reality that we can't normally access? This leads us to a profound question: what is reality? Is what we see, hear, and experience the full picture, or is it just a fraction of what's actually out there? If the pineal gland is indeed a kind of antenna, tapping into frequencies beyond our normal perception, then maybe our understanding of the universe and our place in it is far more limited than we think. Now, let's get practical for a moment. If the pineal gland is so important, how can we take care of it? Unfortunately, modern life isn't exactly kind to this little powerhouse. One of the biggest threats to the pineal gland is calcification, a process where calcium deposits build up, reducing its functionality. This is often caused by fluoride, which is found in many tap water supplies and even some dental products. To protect your pineal gland, consider using fluoride-free toothpaste and drinking filtered water. Another way to support your pineal gland is by spending time in natural sunlight. Remember how we said the pineal gland responds to light? Exposing yourself to natural light during the day helps regulate your melatonin production and keeps your circadian rhythms in check. On the flip side, avoid artificial light, especially blue light from screens at night, as it can disrupt your sleep and throw your pineal gland out of balance. All right, we've just scratched the surface of this incredible little gland. Stick around because in the next part, we're going to explore the pineal gland's role in spirituality and how it might just be the bridge between science and the mysteries of the universe. Welcome back. Now that we've covered the basics of the pineal gland and its role in regulating your body's rhythms, let's take things to the next level. In this part, we're diving into the spiritual and metaphysical aspects of the pineal gland. By the end of this section, you'll understand why some people call it the gateway to the soul and how you can tap into its potential to expand your consciousness. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a moment where you felt completely connected to the universe? Maybe it was during meditation, a walk in nature, or even in a dream. That feeling of oneness, of being part of something greater than yourself, might just be linked to your pineal gland. Here's why the pineal gland is thought to be a key player in producing altered states of consciousness. Remember when we talked about DMT? Some researchers believe the pineal gland releases this compound during profound experiences, acting as a kind of chemical bridge to other dimensions of reality. This might explain why so many spiritual traditions emphasize activating the third eye. But what does it mean to activate the pineal gland? In many cultures, this is seen as a way to enhance intuition, creativity, and spiritual insight. Practices like meditation, breathwork, and yoga are often used to stimulate the pineal gland, quieting the mind and opening the door to deeper awareness. Let's get scientific for a moment. Studies have shown that activities like meditation can actually change the brain's structure and function. For example, meditation increases the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that's closely related to melatonin. It also boosts alpha brainwaves, which are associated with relaxation and heightened awareness. Could these changes be linked to the pineal gland? And here's a mind-bending thought. If the pineal gland is a gateway to higher consciousness, could it also be a tool for understanding the mysteries of the universe? Think about it. If this tiny gland is capable of connecting us to other dimensions, what does that say about the nature of reality? Are we living in a simulation? Is the universe a hologram? Or is it something even stranger? This is where things get really exciting. Some scientists and philosophers believe the pineal gland could be the key to understanding phenomena like telepathy, precognition, and even out-of-body experiences. While these ideas are still on the fringe of mainstream science, they raise an important question: what are the limits of human potential? Before we move on to the final part, let's talk about how you can start exploring these possibilities for yourself. One powerful tool is meditation, especially focusing on the area between your eyebrows where the third eye is said to reside. Visualize light or energy flowing into this area, activating your pineal gland and opening your mind to new insights. Welcome to the final chapter of our journey. So far, we've explored the biological and spiritual aspects of the pineal gland. Now, it's time to look at the bigger picture. What role does the pineal gland play in the future of humanity? And how can unlocking its potential help us evolve not just as individuals, but as a species? Let's start with a bold claim: the pineal gland might hold the key to human evolution. Throughout history, major leaps in human development have been marked by shifts in consciousness. Think of the Enlightenment or the Industrial Revolution. Could the next leap forward be linked to our ability to harness the power of the pineal gland? Some researchers believe that activating the pineal gland could lead to a new era of human potential. Imagine a world where intuition, creativity, and empathy are the norm, where we can tap into higher states of awareness to solve the world's biggest problems. This might sound like science fiction, but remember, the greatest innovations often started as wild ideas. But here's the catch: to unlock this potential, we need to overcome the challenges of modern life. From environmental toxins to the constant barrage of information, our world is filled with distractions that dull our senses and disconnect us from our inner selves. The key is to create habits that support your pineal gland and nurture your mind, body, and spirit. So here's your challenge: start small. Spend a few minutes each day meditating or practicing mindfulness. Limit your exposure to artificial light at night and get outside during the day to soak up natural sunlight. Pay attention to what you eat and drink, and consider detoxifying your body from harmful substances. And finally, keep asking questions. The pineal gland is a mystery, and mysteries are meant to be explored. What if the answers to life's biggest questions are already within you, just waiting to be discovered? Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. If you've made it this far, you're already on the path to unlocking your full potential. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep growing. The universe is vast, and there's so much more to discover. Thank you for sticking with me on this deep dive into the mysteries of the pineal gland. We've covered so much already, but as with any profound topic, there's always more to explore. The journey doesn't end here, it's only beginning. Let's take a moment to reflect and push the boundaries of what we've learned so far. The pineal gland is a symbol of potential, both personal and collective. By understanding its role in our biology, spirituality, and even the evolution of consciousness, we're not just learning about this tiny gland, we're learning about what it means to be human. So let's wrap up with a few final thoughts, some practical takeaways, and a challenge for the future. Let's zoom back in on you. The pineal gland is more than just a gland, it's a mirror of your lifestyle, your habits, and even your inner world. If it's calcified or underactive, it might reflect the distractions, toxins, and stressors of modern life. But if it's open, vibrant, and active, it shows that you're aligned with your body, mind, and spirit. Here's a question for you to ponder: what would your life look like if you were operating at your highest potential? Think about it. What if you had a clearer sense of purpose, deeper intuition, and a stronger connection to the universe? The pineal gland is a gateway to these things, not in some magical, wishful thinking way, but in a deeply practical sense. When you nurture this part of yourself, you're nurturing your ability to live a more intentional, connected, and fulfilling life. To put this into practice, think of the pineal gland as your inner compass. When you take care of it through mindfulness, detoxification, and alignment with natural rhythms, you're essentially fine-tuning your ability to navigate life. It's like upgrading your mental and spiritual GPS, giving you clearer directions and sharper insights. Now, let's zoom out. What happens when more and more people begin to activate and nurture their pineal glands? This isn't just about individual growth, it's about collective evolution. Imagine a world where intuition, empathy, and creativity are the norm. Imagine people making decisions not just from a place of logic, but from a place of deep understanding and connection. This isn't just wishful thinking. Throughout history, we've seen how shifts in consciousness can lead to massive societal change. The Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and even the technological revolution were all driven by new ways of thinking and perceiving the world. Could the next great shift be driven by humanity's reconnection with the pineal gland? Here's something to think about: what's holding us back as a species. Is it a lack of resources, or is it a lack of awareness? When people are disconnected from themselves and each other, it leads to conflict, greed, and short-sightedness. But when we're connected, when we're in tune with our inner compass and the world around us, we make better decisions, not just for ourselves, but for the planet as a whole.